Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today finds me once again in the beautiful Duddon Valley, but not for too much longer. The weather today is looking quite changeable. There's 50% chance of showers for the next 4 or 5 hours, but I'm going out anyway. Once it starts getting too wet, I'll head home. So, whereas the last time I came to Duddon Valley here, I didn't really have a particular plan, and I had a fabulous ride, just exploring and going where I wanted, with no particular place to go. Today, however, I have more of a firm objective, and I've already decided that when I head down the valley here, in about 3 miles, I'm going to have a left turn. I'm going to be going over the back of the hills over there, and heading for a place called Eskdale. Now, Eskdale is where the Hardknott Pass begins. And today's intention is to go out and do the Hardknott Pass, followed by the Rhinos Pass, and then to wind my way back toward Coniston and then home from there. So probably about an hour and a half of riding from here, but I will be stopping off to do filming. I want to get the drone up if it's not too windy on the other side of the hills here. And essentially the aim today is to make a better Hardknott and Rhinos video than I did last time. One of the things about this whole YouTube journey is the continual striving to make things better and better. And when I look back at, most notably, the video that I made of Hardknott Pass some probably 4 or 5 months ago now, I can see all of the holes in it. I can see the ways in which I could have made it better. I have a greater mastery of the cameras by now, and the editing process has, whilst not quite become second nature, I do need to think less about it than I did when I began. And so today is an attempt, I guess, at my definitive Hardknott and Rhinos video, and hopefully, as I say, we'll get some drone footage in there too. Okay, so I've taken a left turn out of the Duddon Valley and I've come up over Burker Fell. Particularly nice place to be. It's looking, as you can see, quite atmospheric over the back here. This really is a spectacular place. I'll just show you around. So we have the hills above Eskdale over there. As you can see, the clouds are looking really quite threatening. And in the distance you have Bow Fell, and then further over to the right, you can't see the summit, is Scafell and Scafell Pike. Scafell being the highest mountain in England. And then beyond that you have Great Gable, and beyond that again is Pillar Rock and the Black Sail Pass. Absolutely beautiful place. And an absolutely beautiful motorcycle. Oh yes, little update. Some of you will be aware that the magnificent beast here had his MOT yesterday afternoon. Good boy. No advisories, sailed through it. So that's very good news. Okay, so there is a video that I made earlier in the year about Burka Pass. And so I haven't done any filming on the way up the road here, but it really is well worth seeking out. And I'm going to put the camera on now for the ride down into Eskdale, which is also quite spectacular. And then it's going to be a left turn up toward the Hardknott Pass. So this is turning out really well. It is, in fact, quite windy up here, so I'm a little concerned about putting the drone up from here. It would have been a good thing to have done, but I think it's a little bit too windy. Okay, so I'm going to get myself organised and we'll see you in a bit. So the cloud has cleared a little bit and you can actually see the top of Scarfell Pike now. Woohoo! What an incredible place. We are the mighty Guru Yogurt, and we love mountain passes. Absolutely wonderful. So I've been very lucky with the weather so far. As I said, the forecast was sunshine and showers. I've only had one shower so far, and that was very early on in my day, and it only lasted about 2 minutes. However, according to the forecast, as the day goes on, it will get to a point where there is a far higher probability of showers. But then again, we might get lucky. Here comes another motorcyclist. Two wheels. Two wheels. Woo! So it really is quite chilly today. Certainly a stark contrast to the way it's been over the last few days. And you really do get the feeling that autumn is pretty much here. And you know what that means, don't you, folks? That means winter is coming. But, as a great poet, Percy Bysshe Shelley once pointed out, "O wild west wind," he says, "thou breath of autumn's being." And then he goes on to say, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? So, you know, it's just the changing seasons. And it may well be the end of summer, but there'll be another one. Unless, of course, we all get wiped out in a nuclear holocaust, which, I might mention, is looking increasingly fucking likely. But more of that another time. For now, it's just a beautiful autumnal day, and I'm in a beautiful place on a beautiful motorcycle, having a wonderful time. It's good to be alive. So it's about 2 or 3 miles, I think, from here to Eskdale, then a couple of miles up the Eskdale Valley, and then we get to the foot of the Hardknott Pass. So this is now the Eskdale Valley. Fabulous place to come and explore. Lots of rock climbing on the cliffs up over there. Ooh. This is why you oughtn't to be going too fast on roads like this. And now we're on the road to Hardknott. Thank you. Thank you. Anywhere else on this road that would have been okay, but yeah, there was the one spot. Thank you for doing that. Motorcycles, of course, don't have reverse gears. And here's our little lay-by. I'm going to sit here and have a bit of jibber-jabber. So yeah, here we are at the lay-by, at the very foot of the Hardknott Pass, which you can see going steeply uphill from here. We'll come to that in a bit. If you decide to stop off here and compose yourself for the road ahead, nice little place to go off and have a wander. So you come down this little path here and you get to a little bridge over the River Esk, which of course is why it's called Eskdale. You even get a little waterfall. And there we go. Picturesque and very charming. So here we are heading up the Hardknott Pass, which from the Eskdale side begins really quite steeply. A couple of quite technical bends on it, and as you can see, the road condition is absolutely appalling. In the middle of the road there are huge ravines, not quite ravines, but you get the picture. And so you've really got to keep your wits around you, about you, wherever you keep your wits, and also be aware of oncoming traffic. Fortunately, there was a little passing place just there. Couldn't have been better. So yeah, there's kind of a difficult bit in the first maybe half a mile going upwards, and then it kind of eases off and becomes much more manageable. And then the pass just basically flows through the hills on both sides as it makes its way up to the summit. There is, however, one particularly awkward bit to come, and it's just around this bend here. So yep, the road is pockmarked and a bit of a tight bend, and then another really tight bend to come. And on this occasion it is absolutely covered in runoff, grit and soil from the last few days' rain. And after that it just relaxes into being the Hardknott Pass, gains height steadily as you go, and then reaches the summit. after which it gets very steep on the way down, with again a few hairpins near the bottom. And this is the summit just around about here. Fabulous views and a whole new set of mountains to look at. It's one of the wonderful things about riding these mountain passes is that the view just changes constantly. You're always getting a different angle, a different perspective, and a different play of light on the hillsides. It's just a wonderful thing. So yeah, fairly sharp on here, look. And then another one to follow going in the other direction. And again, we've still got these huge holes in the road. And a really, really tight one. And then it just goes downhill to a little place called Cocklaybeck. And you then get a choice. You can turn right and head out to the coast, or you can turn left and go and do the Rhinos Pass as well, which of course is what I'm about to do. Although that's going to be in a forthcoming video. So in about 2 minutes' time, the reason for the voiceover will become very clear, as I'm fond of pointing out, and do so almost continually. Every last one of us, regardless of our intelligence, is capable of doing stupid. And I quite recently did stupid. At this point in the ride, however, I am completely unaware of the stupid that I did. But I'll soon find out. And so will you. So I had an amusing little moment there. I was thinking of putting the drone up, although it does seem as though it might be a little bit too windy. And I wanted to set up the Osmo Action camera so that I could record the audio while I was doing the drone filming and then have a commentary on it. And went into my helmet, which is where the DJI microphone lives, and it had gone. And so I was horrified, and I thought, oh my me, I've dropped it on the Hardknott Pass. And I thought about the logistics of riding back up the pass whilst also looking out for my dropped microphone. I thought, oh no, and anyway, something will have driven over it, it'll be shattered and broken, and I'll be upset. And anyway, so I'd kind of just accepted it, which is what you have to do. And then remembered that when I was doing the jibber jabber at the lay-by at the start of the Hardknott Pass, I'd actually taken the microphone out of the helmet and pinned it onto my jacket the way that I do, and then left it on there. So sadly, when I come to edit this video, I'm going to have to do a bit of a voiceover for the Hardknott Pass. But there we go, won't be the first time. So the microphone is now back on, and we are on the Rhinos Pass, and we are the mighty Guru Yogurt. Off we go. So the Rhinos Pass is nowhere near as technically demanding as the Hardknott, and it's actually quite a joy to ride. One of the things you will notice is that you can generally see what's around the bend before you get there. That said, don't underestimate it. It's still quite a challenging undertaking.